Decisive fashion for EDG in game number 1. IG just took a step back and said, wow, what the hell is going on? And so did we, really. After game number 1, our match of the week, looks like it's just in control by EDG. And this is Clement Chu. My name's JackeyLove. We're going to tell you exactly how that happened, aren't we, Clement?
Yeah, one-sided affair coming out from EDG. Better game plan from the start of the game. Really unique gank coming in from Clearlove. Wasn't punished. Ocean Drake snowball into that. And they just had control over that river again and again. I
do want to break down first that very creative pathing and very creative gank that came in level 2. Now, off air just a moment ago, you were saying that, you know, like that, well, my interpretation was that's a very solo queue, or rather, very jungle prominent thing to do.
You just don't see it. Like I think that's the first time I've seen that type of a gank. The pathing is very inefficient. You're expected to get counter jungled heavily, and the reason it worked was because of how much they actually got out of it. The initial gank, they got 4 summoners out of it, which is quite impressive if you think about the execution on that.
On a Kog'Maw and Braum lane.
Yeah, very impressive on that, and also the snowball of the Ocean Drake as well. Pretty much went that the top lane was auto won because of it. Kennen poke champion can't get much done onto the Akali
double Ocean came after that, and Ray was even more fine in that lane too.
So sometimes all you need is just smart plays from your jungler, and Clearlove, he always does this in those big BO5 moments in must-win games. He always goes for level 2 ganks. You just don't know which way the level 2 gank's going to work.
Where is he?
Yeah, we saw in the RNG series last year, he did red, topside red, directly into gank, double buff, into level 2 gank, and now he's got an even weirder path.
Now he's got a more fun path as well.
No one's going to expect blue buff start into a second brush level 2 gank.
And we saw bottom side clear. He then backs after hitting level 3. Goes to the top side again, and he just did it. He just rotated all the way to the bottom side.
Very well done.
There's Clearlove. There's Clearlove for you. I mean, EDG, they've just been having so much success through this new jungler. And for someone like iBoy, who was our MVP in game number 1, you go, well, he benefited off it the most. He got 10 kills on a Kog'Maw, and he did 41% damage.
Yeah, that was insane. And I thought they were going to try to protect Kog'Maw. Looks like it wasn't necessary.
He protected himself.
He was flashing forward and chasing down kills. Like, there was no one in front of him. I also liked his item build, going for the Wit's End 3rd item. Realistically, the only thing that was going to take him down was the Kennen or the LeBlanc. So recognizing that point as well allowed him to play super aggressive with those resistances.
It seemed so easy for him by the end of that game as well. When you're going up against a Kalista who's had no impact in lane, what do you do if you're JackeyLove? He's played so much Kalista, and we've seen this lane go either which way. Seeing it down the bottom, you're like, oh well, this is very rough. And Invictus Gaming is more question marks for them heading towards playoffs. You know, meant to be the best team in the world after 2018.
It's been a pretty off season for Invictus Gaming, to say the least.
That is very right.
Yes, Rookie has not been performing. The bot lane is on fire most of the time. You know, EDG's building might be on fire.
That's EDG's message from last night on Twitter. They're like, this is going to happen. This is going to happen this series.
But IG's actually the team on fire.
Yeah.
They're more of like a dumpster fire rather than like
oh my God,
blazing torch that EDG are throwing up.
Yeah.
So I really want to see more out of a World Champions. Like, this is a team we want to be proud of, but this split, they just haven't been shaping up. I think TheShy has still been tremendous in most of these games, but the team calls and the team coordination have been very lacking.
I mean, if you're on a Kennen that's going to try and push out this Akali in lane, you're like, okay, now Kennen needs to join for the fights. If the rest of IG aren't working, why would TheShy? When we saw him on his Silas, it was like, okay, around me, guys, I will carry this game wholeheartedly, and he could. So there's a lot of times when you're like, okay, Kennen's fine, and we know what the Kennen can do in fights, but we also know what some of these individual carries might be needed in the top side of the map.
Honestly, TheShy redefines what it's possible for an individual to do in a team game. I think, like, if you took away TheShy, you put any other top lane into IG, I think they would be out of playoffs. I'm dead serious. I don't think they would be a playoff team.
Do you think running Duke would put them out of playoffs?
Duke, yes.
Yeah?
Yes. You know amount of hard carrying that IG needs to do to win games. It's truly spectacular.
I mean, those 15 solo kills have been game-defining for IG.
Well, they had 16, actually. And think about it. He's plus 800 gold at 15 minutes.
Yeah.
That's over 2/3 of the team's lead on one person.
It's it's incredible to think that it's in the hands of one person. Whereas someone like Ray, who now has the most solo kills in the LPL after picking up one that I'm not sure if the one in the back line counted when he just jumped through and got the Shy anyway. Don't think it did because in the middle of took a lot of damage from the side of EDG, but still one ahead. And Ray had a great game. The difference between Ray and TheShy is that TheShy, you know, he's got a big backpack. And Ray, man, everyone else is just carrying. Everyone else is just carrying each other, I should say. So it's not a one-man effort for EDG.
Yeah, but it is a 1v9 for TheShy, which makes it even better. Honestly, like, if there's ever a reason to watch Invictus Gaming, there's a lot of reasons. They're world champions. But the biggest reason for me, this split, has just been how fascinating they are as a team.
Yep.
Their ability to come back from bad situations, their ability to find outplays, and a lot of times the ability for TheShy to just hard carry, like, mangled corpses across the finish line.
He's taken so many respect bans from multiple teams. The people are just running out of bans to put towards him. I mean, the Silas is a must-go. That can never be left through as...
no Jaces, not even on 9.5. I don't care about the nerfs. Actually, they're on 9.6, but I don't care. No Jaces.
No Jaces. What else, Clement? No Rise.
He had a 61% ban rate on Camille as well.
No Vladimir. Yeah, no Camille.
Please no Camille.
There's a lot of champions on that list, and it keeps on growing every single time. The Cannon has been the go-to for IG's top laner for a lot of these matchups, but going into Ray's Akali, Ray just wreaked havoc in the backline. So in this series, within the confounds of their team, TheShy may be, you know, doing a very different job, but Ray has just still been performing out of his right mind.
Yeah, I think EDG just played much better as a team. They know what their identity is. They know how to set up plays. And this time around, IG are going to go for the more individualistic approach because they are on red side.
Yeah,
you know, on red side, it's all about counter picks.
Yeah, it is. Wow, actually, hang on. EDG banned Silas on blue side, so there's no way that Ray or maybe even Scout or well, we have seen Tien pick up the Silas earlier tonight, so we're not going to see a jungle one at that.
I don't blame them. Have you seen TheShy's clip? You've actually casted that.
What do you mean have I seen
with,
it?
With RNG.
Yeah, I was there.
1v3, pretty much.
It was
very close.
It was Rookie who was doing a lot of that work, though.
Yeah, that was true. He's pretty damn nasty on Silas. I'm not surprised that they're taking that away. IG thinking about their actually taking away the combo.
Okay, well, game one definitely merits it from the side of EDG, but what is the rotation? Because, yep, Rek'Sai up for the first time tonight, and it will be locked in by Clearlove.
IG going to have to buckle down and try to play a bit safer in terms of the mid lane. I think Clearlove's Rek'Sai has just been so damn good playing with Scout. What they do a lot of times is they just try to freeze the lane, and when the enemy mid laner walks up, you have a Rek'Sai with extra movement speed chasing up against you, and you can't get away. So you do have to play something a bit safer, something that can control the wave better. I think Lissandra is exactly the pick for that.
Yeah, both Lissandra and Rek'Sai have been banned constantly tonight. This is the first time they're available, so seeing a very different draft and different priorities, locking out some of the niche picks that Scout, remember, has played the Morgana mid, so it's definitely merited. And of course, the Vayne follows up here for JackeyLove, still been a big go-to for a lot of our AD carries. Clement simmered down. 7 seconds, I'll let you have that opinion.
All right.
5 seconds. All right, have that opinion.
It might be the Swain in the mid lane.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, I don't think you necessarily first pick the Swain, blind pick like that.
You just throw out the Akali as well. You're like, hey, where's this really going? You're expecting that to be on Ray once again, and you might be right. Swain in the mid lane, unless we do go back to mages in the bottom lane. So
this is a preemptive swap, basically. The matchup that Swain does very well in terms of today's meta is actually the Kennen. So the Kennen, with his short range, can't really walk up to the Swain. The Swain can trade with Qs quite easily, so he wins out on the poke war. He has natural sustain with the Demonic Ascension, and if he ever catches you with his E, never move, it's basically half your health. So this is a bit of a preemptive stop against the Kennen, I would say, and it still can't go into either lane.
We'll just see, though, because let's not take out of account that TheShy has taken losing matchups purposefully before and really just not given two damns. So at this point for Invictus Gaming, they need to give a damn about this composition because it's just not on the table. EDG picking up game one means that they're in a very difficult position. Still, they haven't locked down second place. It's been a fight between TOP IG, of course, EDG looking for their quarterfinal berth between that 3rd and 4th position. And we'll see. The series a big one for them. Ashe, Kalista, second ban phase there, on to AD carry as well. Ning, his champion pool starting to get hit a little bit hard, and Gangplank away from TheShy.
Yeah, there's taking away a lot of the skirmish potential from IG. Just taking away the Kindred, I think, is a massive one. IG, their comp once more is looking like something that's geared very towards skirmishing. I think Lee Sin makes a lot of sense. You can't get the true sight down onto Akali as well. Makes it her much easier to gank.
Absolutely. You're locked in. Okay, Ning's Lee Sin. As always, a little bit exciting when you see it. What does it get paired with? Because wondering what's actually going to happen towards that top side. He's been spending a lot of time up there. EDG thinking about their AD carry, and finally we see it. Xayah, and yes, do the combination. Rakan had buffs in 9.5, and the combination is back. The Lovers duo is back, and I'm glad to see it here from EDG. iBoy and Meiko used to play so much of this in 2018.
Look at that win rate, 73% still in the LPL, one of the highest win rates on any champion. And even though the buffs for Xayah don't come in until 9.6, she's still very potent right now, going for the Essence Reaver build and the Emax. That should still be a very strong winning lane in the bot side for EDG.
The reason that this win rate's so high is because in 9.1, when we entered Summoner's Rift, when we entered the game, for 2019, we saw so much Rakan, but hey, Invictus Gaming, you know what they say, let's put a Renekton on TheShy. I believe this is one of his first times playing it here in spring. What a matchup you've set yourself up for. All right, Clement, mid or top, where's the Swain going?
So the Swain actually does pretty well against Renekton. That's a favorable matchup to him. The reason is that the angles that Renekton can go in on you are actually quite limited. They can only go in on you in like basically one direction.
Yep.
Slices, dices forward. You can catch him with never move quite easily.
Oh, okay.
But
he went mid.
Yeah, I'm actually a little bit surprised about that. The way the Renekton and Akali matchup has been working out is that it's actually been favorable to Renekton. Because you can call the Meiko even through the Twilight Shroud. It doesn't matter. You still do your damage.
Yep.
You're very hard to take down, and you will win a sustained war. You pop Dominus. Akali doesn't want to stand near you.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter about the Shroud. So I'm quite curious as why this is the selection. I mean, Akali can play a relatively safe game against Renekton, but it by no means is a winning lane.
You'd have to think that TheShy, he thought, well, there's a chance I'm probably going up against the Swain. And Ray thought, well, I feel confident going on the Akali in game number 2. Let's just do it. Let's just go for it. It's much like TheShy going into TheShy.
It could be.
Don't have to rationalize it. It's fine. I see myself once again focusing on the top side, but this time I think a bit more realistic. Of course, the Swain and Lissandra will counteract that point a little bit, and the Xayah Rakan, which I've got many words to say about as we go into the second game. But for our match of the week, EDG absolutely smacked IG. Smacked them. And Invictus Gaming had nothing to say in game 1. And in game 2, EDG shaping up well for playoffs. And let me say, they look great. What shenanigans does Clearlove have set up for us in this game number 2? Let's find out. Arguably our 2 most popular teams in the LPL, bar RNG at the moment. Even FPX have got growing support day after day. But IG and EDG, with some history here, Clement.
EDG fans really out in force today. You even heard a couple of chants of Minkai Jayo, which is Clearlove's Chinese name.
Okay.
One of the oldest players still hanging around.
Yeah.
001.
That's right. All right, Clement. Before we get into the game itself, Scout has taken Spellbook.
Yep.
Now, I like this on Swain's. Versatility, you can play around. Of course, going into the Inspiration Tree, you know, there's a lot of sustain available on Scout. Should be taking Corrupting Potion in this matchup as well.
Yeah, I do like the Spellbook on Swain. You don't really need the face rush that you can't proc it that easily, so much easier to use just the Spellbooks to give you things like the Ghost to actually get into fights. I understand that selection.
Oh. Xayah, Rakan, level 1, level 2. What are you doing, IG? Do not underestimate this.
Yeah, it's going to be very key here to see if IG actually picked up all of the experience. Looks like they did, so they should be fine in this trade. Don't really want to have face an extended level 2 versus level 1 scenario on the bot side.
Where's Clearlove? There's a ward in the pixel brush that'll spot him out. He's not going to be bottom lane this time, but level 1 still on Xayah, Rakan. Remember, big buffs to the W here. Meiko and iBoy can just walk up and slap them in the face. Meiko getting traded off, and iBoy actually getting quite low as well, so not the most favorable trade, but we'll see what happens when they reach level 2.
And we're seeing TheShy not going for the Conquerors, still going for the press the attack. We see this still quite common on Renektons that are going against squishy targets. You can proc the press the attack with just a full channel of Ruthless Predator.
Yeah.
So still very favorable in that trade. And taking a look at this one, it's mainly about sustain in lane and the team fighting ability. You can get into team fights with switching for Ghost. You also have some lane pressure with the minion dematerializer, which you still have 6 stacks of right now on 9.5.
Yeah. Feeling pretty lucky. Alright, Clearlove level 3 versus level 3 on Ning. Bit of counteraction in the jungle as Scuttle's just going to have to be given over. Clearlove already got the bottom side one, so that should be okay. As Ray, as you mentioned in Champs, like not taking the favorable trades here against Renekton, sacrificing the top lane matchup for the mid lane. Still very interesting that EDG have opted in for this, considering that Scout is in no lead himself.
Yeah, I kind of want to ask why this was done by EDG's side. Akali can't really win that lane, and Swain needs time to scale up.
Maybe it's just to make things harder. As bottom lane, Ignite's been dropped down onto JackeyLove. Baolan in the midst of it as well. They turn back around as there's a Winter's Light going to come through. They flash forward. Concussive Blows does stack up. iBoy has to flash himself. Oh. JackeyLove finds first blood. Big mistake for EDG's bottom lane, and they're going to pay for it with their life. 1, 2, 3, 4, dead! JackeyLove sits down the matchup, and that's 2 kills for a Vayne.
And that was so cool. The final shot condemned. Doesn't even have to turn around and look at his victim. Knows that he's dead with the final shot.
That's a huge loss for EDG. The Rakan losing in lane to a Vayne and Braum.
That was pretty insane. EDG had a very sizable HP advantage, but IG knew how to etch out the advantages in that matchup. They played out the laning phase so well. Extended trade, Concussive Blows does stack up, deals a lot of extra magic damage, and the triple stacks, the silver bolts as well for JackeyLove going off. Look at this trade at the start of it. iBoy is actually up 200 HP at the start of the trade, but IG still know they can go for it. JackeyLove, you know, even skips out on an auto attack, doesn't matter. Watch this condemn. So much style in that.
See it, fuck. Picks up Vampire Acceptor after that first back. Now has a bounty on him. 2 quick kills in the 2v2 lane. No junglers needed or necessary. This puts EDG so far behind. 1,500 gold this early on, and Ning's here as well. They look for the hero's entrance, the grand entrance rather. iBoy locked on down again, burning down. 3rd kill for JackeyLove. EDG, it's all going wrong too fast.
And this is one of the few games that we've seen Invictus Gaming's bot lane fully awake at this point. They've been having a bad split, but they can still bring on the 2v2 potential. This is how they played 2018, super aggressively, always looking for the potential to shut you down.
This is just IG at their core when they find themselves in a comfortable position. TheShy, potential here. Ray is not level 6 just yet, but that's a weird Q.
It's okay, both miss. It's fine.
Ning will pick up the Infernal Dragon though, so bottom lane priority nets out a win once again for IG.
So Clearlove does have to do something about this top lane. It is down almost 20 CS, and this is already a low Renekton. Let's make sure that the Ning isn't around there.
Clearlove's not level 6 though. He's going to be spotted out by this ward as TheShy. Dominus popped it nice and early onto Ray. 1v2. Dominus there in full effect. Perfect execution. Flashed away from. Good timing there from TheShy, but Ning's not able to respond to the top lane, so Ray will just get out after clearing the wave.
Yeah, good play right there by TheShy. Knows that he can't take the execution damage from perfect execution. Does get away.
Yep. Rookie walking up as well, just in case there's any leftovers towards his top lane. Ning following him. It's all on over, though, in the top lane. TheShy, 20 CS ahead in this matchup, and Ray has to use the teleport, and Clearlove doesn't know how much trouble he's in, or maybe he does. Ning forces him out.
And this is the terrifying aspect of Invictus Gaming. You give them the red side selection, they have the counter picks, and they'll smash the lanes wide open. Top lane, like we were talking about, up a ton of CS. Bot lane, triple kill already. It wasn't supposed to go that way, but
nope.
You have to give it to Baolan and JackeyLove. Did outplay the hell out of that matchup.
They did. Cutlass picked up. 7 minutes into the game. There is so much sustain on JackeyLove. There is so much early prowess towards Xayah Rakan. iBoy's a level behind as well. Remember, this is a lethal tempo Xayah. Waiting for time here. Just to get that first item. iBoy, most likely going to be the Essence Reaver that we see first in 9.5. Yep. So, just to get to that point is so harsh. BF Sword, one of the most expensive early buys. Opponent, TheShy, into the 1v1. This is ambitious considering that Ray, perfect execution, almost up.
That was pretty good acting by TheShy.
Oh, the flash kick, Ning! Wow! You don't even get a chance.
I was looking at TheShy so much and I was like, why is he doing these trades? These trades are so bad. And then Ning just shows up, converts on the kill. Ray could not read through the acting.
Against the wall. Nice blade caller from the bottom lane into JackeyLove. 2v2 still doesn't favor them, even in Xayah Rakan. JackeyLove will be able to stain this back up as well. As Meiko's just trying to find windows for the bottom lane.
We have seen the movement of the grand entrance being sped up this patch. Able to get to places a little bit faster. Okay.
Alrighty. I mean, it is turret plating, so absolutely worth it. I guess with a limited amount of vision, you can feel safe.
Yeah, and IG are just running away to 2,000 gold advantage already, and if you look at the Drakes, this should give them a very sizable team fight, especially with Renekton in the roster as well. Yep. I feel like EDG, their strategy of winning out the bot lane and getting Scout into these fights with the crowd control, with the quickness, has really evaporated. They don't have any priority in these lanes that have the majority of their crowd control. So they're going to have to rely on a very slow game plan, and I'm not sure they can hold up to it.
Ray won't be in a position to do anything against the Renekton. Scout still even in CS in this mid lane, going towards the Rod of Ages here for the Swain. Still lane assignments to be questioned from EDG, but maybe not just yet as Ning is nearby. So is Clearlove. In comes the Clearlove immediately into the kickback. Scout doesn't get to play either. And Clearlove in the middle of two. Nothing to be questioned. He ults out, but he's already dead. 2 kills. This time it's on to Ning.
What a sick kick by Ning. He gets the double on his way. Scout is rooted. Good flash by Rookie to get in there and just surprise the matchup. They do win the joust. They are in there first. And unfortunate for Clearlove as he tries to walk behind Scout and get in on the fight, get those knockoffs. Look at his position. Woo! Bam! Just taken straight out of his tunnel. He's like, uh-oh. I'm not getting the right target, doesn't find the knockup, and he's just easy pickings. A little bit unfortunate on his part, to be fair, but such a good kick onto Ning. Really you know he aced his geography, not geography, what is that?
Martial arts.
Oh, geometry.
Geometry?
There we go.
Yeah, all right. Sure, Ning aced geography as well. Looks like a master student as TheShy dominance popped again, caught on out. The fighting continues. Ray, Sonic Wave, resonating strike, 3rd kill for Ning. It turns around again, and just like game 1, game 2 for EDG is an absolute slaughter. Scout will heal up, but the Swain will die before taking down TheShy. Flashes over the blast cone, doesn't get the maximum distance, so Scout will live, but IG still take all of the fight.
Yeah, well played by Scout to actually equalize one of those kills at least. It's still a 2-for-1 trade by IG. And Ning has just been everywhere. Like, he's been countering ganking so well against Clearlove. So watch that again. TheShy goes in, pops Dominus, makes sure that he gets the early stun down, and really bad positioning from Ray. Can't even get away from the cripple that he's taken out. And that's just a 3-for-1. Scout does his best job to outplay. That's all he can do.
Close call for Scout as he exits the fight. Big kill for him, but Invictus Gaming are 5,000 gold ahead. So I look at that fight with a glass half empty. after EDG's game number 1.
And the scary thing is that IG really are winning across on every single position on the map.
Yep.
There is no position where EDG can find a lead, can have priority. Look how he's getting zoned out here.
Here we go again. Oh, called the Meiko onto a minion, but couldn't see Ray. At least now you can see that the topside lane is getting better for Ray. You're just looking for at least at the moment for EDG. They lose another elemental. Ocean Dragon, what's coming? Another Ocean.
Clearlove is looking to set things right, but he's 2 levels behind Ning at this point. Lissandra will be able to comfortably solo kill him.
Yep.
Does have to work with the quickness. I like the idea of coming to this lane.
Clearlove coming in late, but there's a flash immediately already burned onto the support of Baolan. The condemned back Meiko almost dies in the process. Here comes the clawing from Clearlove as the flash. He's dead as well. JackeyLove taking on the 1v2. He found 2. iBoy now. That's the 1v1.
Can't
and the Blade Caller has to come in. It finds JackeyLove, but a tumble's still there. JackeyLove underneath turret. What are you doing? God, he's playing it close, and iBoy will survive. JackeyLove, however, gets the fruits of the labor.
2v3. Ning doesn't even have to show up in the fight for that to happen. Clearlove going in and just trading his life away, but not worth it. They don't get the shutdown on JackeyLove, and it balloons to 800.
Flash available again while we'll look mid lane, even though the top is just birthing out. Rookie gets low. Scout wants to challenge up, but Ning has forced Ray out of this top lane too. For IG, this dominance is what we've come to expect. Game 1, there was absolutely none of it. They were like a sandwich without a filling. Now, you get the chicken, you get your lettuce, you get the whole shebang. And Invictus Gaming, they taste so good.
Ooh, first tower taken right there, and they're heading straight towards the Herald. Rookie has a great positioning on it. Baolan already roaming towards it.
Scout might find the pick off here with Meiko. The grand entrance once again. Baolan at half health, escaping the fight, but the re-engage coming in from Ray, who doesn't have the ulti, but will help find it with the help of Clearlove. EDG get the pick off. Rift Herald is stopped, but EDG have to back away from it. IG making the full commitment.
Yeah, a lot of things expended right there just to get the kill. So IG should still be able to find the Herald. The question is, how much can iBoy then equalize in this matchup? He's down 5 kills at this point, but there's no one on the bot side.
Down kills, down CS.
That's a 1v3, TheShy.
Oh no. I'm actually scared because TheShy's done this before. Slice and dice onto the 2. Flashes from the grand entrance. Meiko now in trouble as Dominus starts chipping away. He gets 1. iBoy can't get the root caller as well. And the blade caller may be called, but iBoy down the middle of the minion wave will just be auto attacked to death. TheShy does it again. So cleanly done.
And he even holds on to the auto attack just to finish him off with Call the Meek. He said, you know what? I could really use some healing right here. I'm not going to use the auto. I'm going to use Call the Meek. Gives me back more. What a disgusting flash away from the grand entrance. Does not get CC knocked up. iBoy has nowhere to run. Meiko gets hunted down. And without Featherstorm, iBoy knows that it's his demise. He just wants that CS. And TheShy is willing to comply.
Dodges from 3 different skill shots on the way out. God. This man is disgusting in so many good ways. 3 and 12. It's just, it's a testament to how Invictus Gaming play their games. They're 8,000 gold ahead at 15 minutes in the game. TheShy now has 4 kills. He's going to be jumped on. Can he do it again?
Bring everyone.
Dominus not available. He's into Ray. He's out. He's back on in. He's out. What's TheShy going to do as Baolan comes down as well?
Yeah, TheShy definitely knows. That was a little obvious for
No
Ray.
claim, and it's not over because the kick into 2. The lockdown from Baolan. Clearlove joins the party of death. Ray and Meiko out of there before it's even begun.
And yeah, that's how the cookie crumbles. This is why IG is still one of the best teams in the LPL. You don't need teamwork when all of your lanes are winning. Period.
Yep. Dominance, top, jungle, mid, Eddie carry. Support's locking down some good fishes.
I just want to say that was bad acting from Ray to start it off. Like, it was pretty clear there was someone there. So TheShy played it safe quite easily.
Yep. Did the old Tommy Wise though in the process. IG bottom lane, let's go. Keep it up. Almost 10k gold ahead at 16 minutes. This match of the week is turning out to be a travesty in both games. Dominance from both EDG and IG. Who knows what Game 3 is going to hold, because at this point, IG have just made sure it goes the distance.
Just small missteps from EDG really snowballing this entire game. Questionable lane assignments as well, as Invictus Gaming walks away with the top lane matchup.
Yep. They're just walking between the jungle, place they should never be, but being 10k gold up, it doesn't matter. Baron hasn't even spawned just yet. They use the Rift Herald to fruition in the bottom side.
Get that top side lead.
That's a lead. That's almost
3,300 gold.
Yep. Oh, jungle, mid. Mid's the smallest lead out of anyone. JackeyLove is 1v3, 2v3, 2v4. A lot of that.
I'm pretty sure this is the biggest lead we've seen in 15 minutes in a game of this split. I think
that's a good challenge, Clement.
It might be. There's 3 positions that are down by over 2,000 gold at 17. And as you were talking about, I was listening to your commentary for sure, and it was already 10k by 15.
Oh, good. You're listening to my comment. Thank you, Clement. That's good to hear.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm just stuck in my own head a lot of times.
It must be, because EDG, they lost in all 3 positions, all 3 lanes, and the bottom lane is so desynchronized. You can see that Meiko and iBoy were backing separately. Even at the exact same time, they just didn't want anything to do with each other. And that's when you know Xayah Rakan is coming up for a divorce. So.
Yeah, that's
pretty rough
rough
stuff
on the kids.
Yeah, it really is. No one ever thinks of the kids. EDG.
This is a pretty interesting Bergman comp. I always want to see the Bergman comp from a team. They're just missing Azir, and I would say Fiddlesticks at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of Berg people in Runeterra.
Fiddlesticks jungle. Quinn top.
Yeah, still waiting for Pingu to come up.
Yeah, Pingu. Okay, alright. I'll hold that thought because iBoy's caught out again. The feathers fly in the air as he engages from IG. TheShy is caught on out. Makes a great play, then does that, but Scout, can he survive long enough? Is rooted down by Rookie.
Oh,
the re-engage.
Ray
comes in for the flank, but JackeyLove still on the backside. Survives too long. Clement, you were optimistic, but it's just too easy for IG.
Yeah, when you're 10k up, it doesn't even matter what TheShy does. All he needs to make sure of is they get the engage, and even with him going down, oh, that's so beautiful by Clearlove. Look at the tunnel
system, yeah.
Yeah. I want to see a merry-go-round. Can you let Clearlove respawn, please? Please,
that is the merry-go-round.
Yes, please.
That is literally the merry-go-round. I mean, that's as close as it's ever going to get. It's 3-1.
TheShy goes in, like, he knows he's dead here, and it doesn't even matter at this point. He gets everything out from Clearlove.
Yep.
Gets his revenge, and Ray almost does a great job into it. JackeyLove still with the heal. He gets everything down, but concussive blows and misses the last Q. Means that IG trade 5 for 1.
Vayne does not die here. 6-0-2. Pretty impressive stuff from Invictus Gaming. I'm not sure what to make of this series as a whole. Both teams already secured playoffs, but there's no excuse for both IG and EDG not performing at their best.
I want to see iBoy go for double tier, because this is the last patch you can do so.
Yep.
I mean, if there's ever a game to go for double tier, this is it.
What? On who, sorry?
Oh, it's just to express your emotions.
Oh, okay. I was like stylistically as a build.
No, it's not a build. It's an artistic decision to express your depression with how the game is going.
Mate, it's not 2 tiers, it's 6 tiers.
That'd be nice.
You have the gold for it as well, just got to sell everything else. You're 20 minutes into the game, that's what it feels like crying here from EDG. 11,000 gold the lead. From one end of the scale to the other.
I really think they should make a mechanic where if you have enough tunnels around the tower actually collapses. Like a Saper mechanic.
What do you mean?
No, I'm just finding things to talk about this game.
Do you mean an enemy turret?
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Oh, that'd be cool, like a Ziggs satchel charge.
Yeah, you can unstoppable onslaught on towers. Like that's literally the sign.
If it's low enough, it just charge into a turret. I like that.
All right, EDG, can you mount the comeback?
Clearlove,
your one chance.
Let's go, mate. 2,500, IG turn for the fight instead, and that Scout probably going to die here. JackeyLove's in the final hour, turls, tumbles, and twirls.
Oh my god,
that was quick.
That was such a sick ankle break. Did you see that?
I did, I was there.
Rookie just fooled the just outplayed Meiko so hard. Like, Meiko thought he was going one way. He was looking on his right side. He's like, ah, grand entrance, the quickness. And he's like, wait a minute, no one's here.
Hang on. Where are you going? Oh,
this is TheShy saying, 1v3, you guys are surrounded.
No, he's just going mid. Oh. Meiko's out. TheShy gonna go somewhere else. Okay. Interesting, clever. iBoy's out as well, by the way. They don't get any of them. This is a game of League of Legends.
I always had this question in my mind is, are Invictus Gaming so good because of their kind of lackadaisical playstyle? Like, I feel like they're almost like the same side of the coin, like two sides of one coin, you know? Like, the dark side of the team fuels this individual strength because they've been forged in the fire of Fiesta to come to this level. And I actually had a quote from Aaron in 2015 where he still had Deft and Pawn on his team, and they were like the best macro team in the LPL.
Yeah.
He said a lot of times you need to make the players fight because if they play the macro stuff for too long, they actually they have atrophy. Their ability to take contact actually decreases.
Right.
And Invictus Gaming is like the opposite. Invictus Gaming is like, we'll play such a bad macro game that the only way we win is through incredible individual prowess.
And then it becomes good, right?
Yeah. Like, if you go deep enough in the tunnel, you'll come out the other side and become a god.
Yeah, I hope that's how it works. It feels like how it's worked in previous games. This game especially.
Maybe I'm overthinking.
No. Clement, maybe you're going into a good rabbit hole. I see how it's working for Invictus Gaming. TheShy's in one lane, everyone else is somewhere else. EDG, the tables have turned by a long shot. And to finish up my point before, the IG, they still need this win as they're knocking down onto the Nexus with the minions. Second place still achievable as they just tried into the fray. Yeah, the Wombo begins again. Scout's in the middle of it, suction cupping onto Baolan, who's taking turret shots. Scout flashes away, trying to get the outplay. The Demon Flare does eventually kill the Vayne. But as JackeyLove dies, I think the Nexus is going to die with him.
That was beautiful. That was such a painting of death and massacre. All of them going in at the same time. They don't need that much coordination. It's just 5 very, very good players.
Very fed members onto Ray. Next is Meiko. Gets kicked, gets eaten by TheShy. And Invictus Gaming, our match of the week, goes to game 3. What happens from here? I don't think I can tell you.
That was an absolute stomp coming from Invictus Gaming. All 3 lanes won. The jungle was 2 levels ahead early. And that's the power of IG. They just have the best players. And what you can do with the best players sometimes goes beyond your imagination. You don't think that they're going to be able to come back from a game 1 like that and just completely flip the script on top of EDG. The power of IG, the fascinating part of the LPL shows its face. We have the best individual players in the world.
Yep, by far. By a big margin. Who would you like to start with?
I think TheShy's still the go-to for me.
Okay, let's start with TheShy because, you know, Ray's in the same shoes, in Akali again. Maybe we'll start with lane assignments here. Because you've been questioning, you know, putting the Akali into the top lane into Renekton versus putting the Swain, which was hovered very early on. They played with the double flex in both mid and top in the first pick and ban phase, Clement.
Yeah, I just think that they try to fool the TheShy matchup, but neither matchup was actually that good into the mid lane. Akali into Lissandra, you actually die quite easily. Yeah. So they wanted to do this kind of a Freaka side or blue side, you know. Hey, guess where our soul lanes are going? And there's
probably know now.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, but I don't care. I win both of them. It's like,
okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So that happened, and the Baolan collapsed at the same time. And I think if there's a lesson here to be learned is take IG out for red side. Yeah, definitely don't give them red side. Never give them red side. It's always a bad idea. They are far more proficient as a red side team than they are compared to a blue side team.
They definitely are.
Yeah, they're much better at playing a game where they just have massive leads in lane and they just take those leads and crash you across the map. And I think for EDG, very simple answer. You go onto the red side, you hold on to your top lane matchup, you make sure Ray can do something outside of the lane itself, and if it goes back to a macro-style gameplay like it did in Game 1, I'd frankly still have my bets on EDG.
Yeah, absolutely, because Game 1 was so dominant, so successful for EDG. That Game 1, I was like, wow, this is great. This is the EDG that we can learn to love again. And then Game 2, it was like, well, the bottom lane's gone. The mid lane's not working. The top lane's not working. What's happening in the jungle? Not much. So, bottom lane, like JackeyLove just flipped a switch in that game.
That was impressive to see that trade
really
go down.
good, yeah.
I really love the insistence on staying in the fight. You thought the trade was over, and they were like, no, no, no. We're not letting you walk back towards our minion wave again. We have the Night Hunter. We're going to have movement speed chasing towards you. After the concussive blows, you actually deal extra magic damage. So stronger and sustained trades with the Braum, and they just hang in there to win the fight. Absolutely masterclass of what Invictus Gaming could do. And
this is when it begun.
Yeah, it's really scary to watch this. JackeyLove gets a good tumble, you know, takes away the Ignite, and the Grand Entrance isn't actually tagged by that damage, gets the concussive blows down, and even though both places trade the heals, it's not enough to actually keep iBoy alive. And the finish was just so stylish.
Man.
So much of what JackeyLove is all about. He didn't need to finish with the Condemn.
No.
Just saying, he didn't need to. He could have played it safe.
I mean,
but he's JackeyLove.
It was auto Condemn straight away. Might not have hit. Might not have found the attack speed.
Yeah, like he actually could have missed the concussive blows off of that, but doesn't matter.
TheShy's got a headache after that game. It was such a stomp from Invictus Gaming. Let's call a spade a spade.
Yeah, I think that's just the Twilight Shroud in his eye. He's not actually remorseful about anything that happened.
He's just, I'm sorry about what happened in Game 1. Even though in Game 1 he was probably the most successful member of IG.
So we did see the new coach from Invictus Gaming, Coach Kim, sitting down with the team.
Which is very ironic in its own right. It's like, we have another Coach Kim.
Yeah.
Welcome back. It is a different Coach Kim,
yes,
by the way.
Yes, it's a different Coach Kim, by the way. So I really want to see if he can bring some new changes to Invictus Gaming. You know, they've always been known as a team that you couldn't really see very solid foundations of coaching on this team, or it wasn't as apparent in someone like Coach Sim. So I want to see if he can rein in and maybe match some of the things that EDG were doing in Game 1.
You'd hope to see a Game 3 that is competitive. Let's bring two sides of the coin together. Let's put them together. Make one. And in Game 3, our match of the week, let's hope we get the best of EDG and IG right after this.
Finally, Rogue Warriors. Okay, that's
that is the Sonya's from Poitiers though. Locked on. Isle. Oh, Ali, his name is. Heap of Blake. No. Cataclysm. What is it? It's just confusion here as Icon starts knocking away. OMG. The fight is theirs with Icon still free hitting the Vayne. 1v1, 1v2, 1v3, 1v4.
Oh my God, Icon, you are a monster. I think they're getting the wrong information off of this. I think they're not on Baron.
All right.
They have to get a ward on this.
5k, mid lane tower gets pressured down now for Fen. Glacial pass in, and he's in as well. Locks down the jungler. Snake needs this Baron. They don't find it. Goes over to the J4. It is actually Snake who get it. But again, it's OSM in the middle of the pit. The AoE comes down for the victor, but Luma has to flush out as well. A steal away by Snake, but Ashura with the flake as the Vayne. Luma just punches away. And Ashura, 1v1 me, bro. Takes all three of them down. Picks up 4 in the fight. Quadra kill for the Vayne. We've got
more fighting
this
this
is
time
my
back at the
favorite.
top side. TheShy, 1v1, let's go. The second one, pull of its use. He's dodging out, trying to kite his way around TheShy. Even Blake, transfusion! The counter matchup, Raz, where is it?
Teleport towards the Baron from JDG. Control warded, so there's no vision onto the Baron from RNG. Carson's going to try and spot it out there. He saw the control ward go down. 7,000 HP left on this Baron. Amazing J looking for the flank. So's the rest of the team, but look how far away Uzi is. 2,000, 1,500. Where's the Baron going to go? It's stolen by Karsa! And now the team fight, RNG, are on the losing half, but it doesn't matter. They have a Baron buff to their name. The Fate's Call going to secure the kill there onto Amazing J. Karsa as well is down. They need to take down Uzi. They need to take down Xiaohu. They need to keep themselves alive, but Uzi is playing like a monster, the mad dog himself. Xiaohu's able to pick up one. Flawless it in for so low. Zoom is going to try and pick up the kill, but Xiaohu goes calling one. Uzi gets the shutdown.
Man, the one-on-one, TheShy again. Look how much is going on. Grand Challenge. Raz, you did like the ultimate, but Grand Challenge versus Grand Challenge. Which one is better? I'd say it's a tie if he can get all the procs off. Caster comes in, kick flash. TheShy, 1v2, flushes away. Here comes the Syndra. Scatter the Weak was beautiful, and TheShy burns. So does Caster. TheShy lives. How does he do it? Xiaohu comes back in, 1v2 himself. TheShy re-engages, finds himself a W, still is alive. Arms come down. TheShy is just that top laner.
Every damn week he does this.